Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about LeBron James. In particular, we're going to talk about him on defense. So obviously, he's come down from his peak. Obviously, he's getting 40 plus years old, and he's not going to be as springy on the defensive end. I was curious to see just how much his style has changed on defense because he's still a very good player, and see if we could gain any insights via that. We're going to look at his seasons from 2017 and 18, which is one of his peak years, to last year, and we're going to compare the differences. One thing I want to talk about is the statistics real quick. His steals have gone from 1.4 peak year to 1.0 per game this year, and his blocks went from 0.9 to 0.6. So 33% down, give or take. So not terrible, still being productive in both ends. But that being said, definitely gone down a little bit. Let's discuss why. Let's go. All right, first we're going to start with him with Cleveland back in 17 and 18. And so here we see Giannis coming downhill, and this is an example of Giannis normally against the majority of players do not hesitate. So there, I think Giannis kind of slowed down a little bit, and LeBron actually gave him a little bit of inside leverage because LeBron on defense relied on that springy, quick athletic ability. So as LeBron gets in position here, he's not even trying to really stop the drive. He's letting Giannis get there, letting his momentum get there, and just beating him straight to that point and get a piece of that ball on the way up. And so what I saw in a lot of these clips is LeBron didn't mind giving a step to these players driving downhill. He lets Schroeder get to the inside because he knows he has the springiness to just go get that ball before it reaches its climax. And so honestly, this kind of breaks a lot of principles that we would teach on defense, and that LeBron doesn't use contact, doesn't try and slow the drive here, simply gives him the edge. And he's got a little bit of a step on LeBron because LeBron knows he's going to be able to make up that ground like nobody else can. And this is why we saw all those great chase down blocks from LeBron, because he has great timing, he has great feel for when the offensive player is about to rise up. And then of all the clips I saw, I think this was actually the most impressive. So this is 2-on-1. This is this is, if you're an offensive player, this is like you're converting this 95% of the time to either this dude shoots it or he passes it to Butler. But LeBron plays it perfectly because right now, this player, you can't go to Butler because LeBron's too close to him. But the issue is LeBron just covers so much ground so quickly, and he's able to essentially guard both of them, and that is unbelievable for NBA players going 2-on-1. That is absolutely unbelievable. So if we convert that to this year, the first thing I want to notice is that 1-on-1, we didn't really see that many blocks of him just playing defense in the half court because he doesn't have that same springiness. So his blocks usually get when he already has momentum coming downhill. And so instead of him being able to spring up from a stationary target, he has to already be on the move. That being said, one ability that kind of has transferred throughout the years is his timing, his understanding of when the offensive player is about to go up. And so he still has incredible timing to be able to make sure he gets this, whereas in the past, he would just jump up there and have athletic ability to contest it no matter what. Now he has to time it very, very well and gets that ball right before it's coming down at the dunk so that he's able to get there in time to get a hand on that ball. And along with this, he's a lot more selective on when he goes to go for blocks. There's some that he doesn't even attempt because he knows he can't get there anytime. But one he does is if the defender's going to be off balance and shooting on the other side of the rim, and he can use his timing to essentially eliminate the ground that the offensive player has. The other area back in the day that I was surprised to see is he read eyes and he took larger gambles. So here, he's going to sprint up and try and get this ball over here. That's a long way to sprint against NBA players trying to beat this pass. That's very, very impressive. And he's just going to go get that ball because he knows he has a great first step and he can beat the ball to the point. But not only does he use his athletic ability to get there, but he also understands the defense, or understands the offense. So as this drive's going to come in, as it gets stopped, the obvious kick out is here. And so he simply uses that read to get a head of steam going that way, and the offensive player passes it right to his hands. And looking at today's LeBron, that understanding is probably what translates the most. So as this drive's going to happen, essentially he's playing on the fact that the offense, Russell thinks that he's going to go down here and help for DeAndre Ayton, and instead LeBron is able to cheat this and read it, and because Watson is the next read for the pass if Jordan is taken away, and so LeBron's able to read it and simply go get that pass instead, using his IQ instead of his athletic ability. And then same thing, also targeting Russell on this, but this necessarily is where you can put LeBron in a situation where they're essentially leaving Russell Westbrook, like they're helping off of him. And because of his IQ, he can be in the right position at the right time and make calculated gambles And so here he's going to go to contest that pass, and then he knows he just left Russell, who's a non-shooting threat, so it's okay. And he's going to go out there to try and close out for that pass. And again, he doesn't use this first step burst. He uses his understanding to get his hand in that lane. And then finally, this is something I saw absolutely zero of in his original film. And that would be one, if he got beat like this, he would use his length to contest it at the rim. Instead, last year he started using his hands to try and get the ball at the bottom. And he would never do that because he was able to use his athletic ability to contest it up top. But using his hands gives him a way to not rely on that athletic ability. So in conclusion, LeBron has obviously maintained his level of defense while making a slight drop off, but his ability to still be a good defender I think is absolutely crucial and brilliant for how well he understands the game. But using in the past, he would use more athletic ability to even get beat, but ending up contesting the shot upon the offensive player going up simply because he had more burst than anyone else. He'd also be a little bit riskier going for the highlights, the quick steals, and now he maintains more of positioning instead of trying to have that quick burst to get there. He's in the right place at the right time and times it well to get a piece of the ball and get small deflections instead of those monster blocks that we saw in 2017, 2018. If you enjoyed, feel free to check out this video talking about LeBron and how his driving has changed over the years. But most importantly, have a blessed rest of your day.